So let's get what we're going to do is we're going to come for you for suggestions for things that they're going to rant about. And as we point to them, they'll rant. As we pull our finger away, they'll stop ranting and somebody else will start ranting. But what we need is topics of things that either people love or hate. Let's start off right here.
Kombucha.
Kombucha.
Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis.
LA Drivers.
LA Drivers, I heard. What was yours up there? Premarital sex. Let's try to keep it a family.
Candy bars.
Candy bars.
Egypt.
Egypt.
Zima.
What was that?
Zima.
Zima. Thank you for bringing that.
Ghostbusters 3.
Ghostbusters 3.
Cat people.
Cat people.
Portugal.
Canadians. Oh, those Canadians. All right. So let's everybody recap what our suggestions are.
Kombucha.
Sega Genesis.
LA Drivers. Premarital sex. Candy bars. Egypt.
Zima.
Ghostbusters 3.
Cat people.
Canadians. Give them a big round of applause. Let's do a bit of warm up down here, everybody together. A little bit of
Growing up, the only TV game console I've ever owned is an N64, but I had this friend David K who had a Sega Genesis, and I loved going over there to play Sonic. And I never got very far, but then I found out that he had the Knuckles game, and the way it was set up is you could plug the Sonic game into the Knuckles game, plug them both into the Sega Genesis, and then you could play as Knuckles in the Sonic game, which was the best thing ever because Knuckles can fly.
I have to be honest here. I don't think I've seen Ghostbusters 3, but I think I've seen 1, and I love Bill Murray. I'm very afraid of ghosts. I grew up in a very superstitious Filipino family, and sometimes I would just run up the stairs because I was afraid that something would be following me. And to this day, I force my friends to walk with me to scary places.
Cat people are the world's worst people. I'm a dog person myself, but cat people just get on my nerves because they've always got cats around. You know, you've heard of the crazy cat ladies that collect cats, you know, off the streets from their friends, from people like me who are dog people and hate cats. They just kind of collect them, and over time they forget how many cats they own actually, and they find dead carcasses in the corners.
Cats like kombucha. No, I like it. I love it. It's really very good to eat. And I go to my favorite restaurant, and I get it there all the time because it's the special on the menu. And I just really want to be able to have more of it. So I go there on Thursdays because that's when you get the best kombucha.
I just moved to LA, and even though I grew up in Southern California, I really did not know the onslaught of terror that was going to come to me when I started driving here. And my work is about 13 miles away from my house, and it still takes me about an hour and a half to get there. It's completely insane. By the time I get back home, I'm in such an awful mood that all I do is shut myself in my room and still have to listen to the LA traffic outside my window.
So, I've heard a lot about premarital sex in middle school. That was where I was encouraged by an abundance of friends to go to camp, Born Again camp, where they highly advised against premarital sex. And I remember being forced into a baptism in the river.
I'm not sure if fruit roll-ups are considered candy bars. But when I was growing up, there were not a lot of American candy bars because it was in Mexico, and the Mexican candy bars were great too. But we always really wanted the fruit roll-ups. And then once my family finally they took us to Arizona to trick or treat for Halloween, and then. We're very excited because we're going to get fruit roll-ups or whatever else candy. And then they told us that there was people putting needles and poison in kids.
I'm not going to lie, I don't know what Zima is, so thank you for that suggestion. I can't see the audience.
think it was the water, like the sparkling water thing that came out like 14 years ago. I personally think sparkling water is kind of the stupidest thing. It's like, why can't I just have tap water? I'll go to my faucet, get out this little water. Although now that I live in a more fancy place, they have the little refrigerated water where it's like, oh, I'm going to purify this, so I put it on the stove. And then you drink it.
Egypt, I know there's pyramids there, but when I think of Egypt, I think of Walk Like an Egyptian from the Singers of the Bangles. One of my favoriteest bands, I guess. I don't really listen to them as much as I wish I did anymore. And I don't know how to walk like an Egyptian, but I just like the songs I like to sing.
I like Canadians. Every time I go there, they're very polite people. And I always think they're just like Americans. They are North Americans, and I think that they're going to be just like us, but they're different. They speak differently, and they're more polite. And once in a while, they come out with something in their accent. We're going, I look at people, you know, they're going out for dinner, and
scoop them up
some of the,
feed the dead cats.
So, actually, I know it's all now, but there are days
If you really want to treat from a line, and then sometimes I still zoom out, but I'm not like, stop.
Although in the brawl, I like when
I like it because I like hockey, and if you go to Canada, you're going to see a hockey my home and native land.
So if you're watching this and you're having fun, you might think about that. In the meantime, start thinking about a suggestion. Because what we need from you is a suggestion as an activity, something that,
Pop and Son's Natural History Museum. I'm Son, this is Pop.
That's right, son. And we're here to tell you all about Philadelphia.
Oh, great city. Brotherly love, Fresh Prince, we love all of it, man. Yeah, get going with the first slide.
First slide, please. Oh, yeah. I remember this. This was definitely, he's trying to hit the Liberty Bell.
Absolutely, and she's trying to actually pose as the bell, and that's why she has a little crack in her head right there, you can see it.
Right. Take a picture back there.
Oh, you got to get a picture when we go to Philadelphia, and in the back she's eating a hamburger.
That's great.
No, there's great food in Philadelphia.
Let's go on to the next slide.
Let's do it. Oh, and here we are again at the Liberty Bell, but from a different angle. This is actually a downstairs angle. If you can look at it, it was taken by me when I was about 4,000 feet below the bell. It's a very tall bell.
That's right, when you were just younger.
Oh, yes.
Because
I always looked up at it.
Big part of the history of Philadelphia.
Oh, it's a great part. And once again, I'm not really sure why she keeps posing as the bell. I think she doesn't realize that she's maybe likes to hit on the head.
Let's see that next slide. Oh yeah, I remember this, okay? This is when they were recreating the Constitutional Convention. They had just discovered tobacco.
Hannah just discovered tobacco and she's enjoying it back there. He just discovered Philly cheesesteaks, and this is about 10 minutes after consuming that. And she's fine.
That's right. Okay, let's we got more slides here. Oh yeah. Remember those steps where Rachy was? is the definitive Philadelphia.
Absolutely. We got Rocky, we got Adrian, we got every opponent Rocky's ever fought.
That's showing you what's happened in the history of Philadelphia. So thanks again.
Great job, guys.
I didn't realize we were supposed to do it earlier.
You should have. All right.
You were a good finale.
Our next game is called Dr. Know-It-All, so I'll need my applause. Ladies and gentlemen, can you take one more step forward? Great. Dr. Know-It-All, in case those of you who haven't been watching
CNN found out about this great discovery. Dr. Know-It-All is a human being from another planet whose brain is so large it must be housed in 3 human cells. Therefore, Dr. Know-It-All must speak one word at a time. And Dr. Know-It-All is so intelligent that Dr. Know-It-All
start telling a little piece of the story. When I pull my finger away, they're going to have to stop talking, or they are. Do it with me.
Out of here!
If for some reason I point to someone else and they have absolutely nothing to say, they are
Out of here!
If they start talking about something that has nothing to do with what the story is about, they are
Out of here!
If I'm sick of looking at them, they are
Out of here!
Don't worry. Okay. So they're going to tell that story together as a group, but we need a title for that story, a title of a story that's never been told before.
Little Mike goes to Vegas.
Little Mikey goes to Vegas. Little Mikey goes to Vegas. All right, let's get another vocal warm up here. The audience is listening. All right, Little Mikey goes to Vegas. Chapter 1.
Little Mikey went to Vegas, and he walked there. He decided it wouldn't be too far.
To go along the road because the road is not that long. If you walk to
Gus, you will find that it is very hot in the summertime, but the time of year that little Mikey went
Was in December when it's not as hot. And little Mikey, all 3 feet
Of him. Just wanted to go and bet it all on the craps table. Ever since he
Had found some money in his pocket, he decided to go into the
Lucky.
Ooh, she said lucky. You're so lucky. Sorry, where you are.
Out of here!
Little Mikey goes to Vegas. Chapter 2.
So, Mikey and his 3 legs were in Vegas playing craps, and he totally just
Lost it. He was also very lost because Vegas is kind of confusing.
About how much money you should put down, how much money you shouldn't put down, and how many drinks you should get for
free. They offer to the high roller.
And if you aren't the high roll,
then you are no longer allowed in the casino because they only want
to have high roll.
Heirs who spend all their money there because they're
Oh, sorry.
Out of here!
Little Mikey goes to Vegas. Chapter
3. Mikey knew that his time at the Vegas crap table had come, so he decided to move on to slots. Slots, he decided,
were. Oh, he said decide. You said where you are.
Out of here!
Little Mikey goes to Vegas. Chapter
4.
So, as Mikey has found craps and slots to be not
Exciting as he thought.
he decided then to move.
to a different casino,
and he took
his dog.
little 3 legs with him. We're gonna win today.
and they both went over to Harrah's. They limped over there on their 3 legs each, being only 3 feet tall, and the little dog was probably only half of that size.